Hello everyone, my name is Ben. Welcome to my fourth video on my Python tutorial video. Okay guys, in our previous third video we successfully added an image background to our dark website. Okay, so in this video what we are going to do is that we're going to add one more app, which is going to be called the forum app. And there is a way we're going to build this thing, is that when you visit the dark web, okay, you are not going to be referencing to different link when you click different links. So the browser will not be give you different tabs. Okay, so that is the intelligence of what I'm going to add today. Okay, so we don't have much time because TikTok don't allow me to post video longer than 30 minutes. So what I'm going to do is that I will just start straight away. So I already have a terminal here. I will just change to the environment called Python 3-tutor. Press enter and activate immediately the environment called pen being activate to activate that environment. Then we just run our Python 3 to see our site is running very well first before we continue. Alright, so that will give us a link here. So I will just launch the site and you guys will see that the site is running very well. So this is all we successfully did in our last previous video. So in this fourth video we are going to add app. So the app we're going to add is going to be called the forum app. So by this side of my cursor, the link to the forum app will be here and back to the home page. So when we click the forum app, it takes us to the forum app, and here my cursor is moving, the title will change to become forum dark web. And when we in the forum dark web, we can click the home link and it will take us to the home app. And at here again, the title will change to home dark web. Okay, so without further wasting of time, let's dive straight. Okay, so I will just close this and shut down this run server, and that is it. So before we proceed, I will change to the home page because there are going to be modifications in the home page here to make everything work. So ls, we have all things properly set. So the first thing is that we are going to go into the urls.py. I'm going to add something here called home-site in this name, so that is what we're going to be using when we are building when we are coding the index.html, so we can route to the home page. So we call this home page site. You have to give a separate name, else it will not work. So this is only the editing we are going to do. Modification we're going to be doing in this urls.py. So I save this. So the next one is the vim, which is the view.py. We're going to add a dictionary here. So that dictionary will be where our message that will be sent as a Python variable into the HTML tag. Okay, you guys are going to see the magic of what's going to happen today. It's going to be fun, guys. So it's called the dictionary. So this dictionary will have a string of title key. So the key title is the key is going to be called title. Alright, and the next thing I'm going to do here is to give the title. Now since this is a home page, I will call it home home dark web. Should I call it dark web home page? I think that would be best. Dark web dash home page. Okay, so this is a title. Alright, so I press enter. So the next key here will call the message that we're going to be receiving. Okay, that will be in the body of our web browser. So this is just going to be a simple message. So I'll say still on sites still. It should be called site still on construction. Okay, I just like you normally using this text because actually the site is still on construction. So when that is done, at the end of here we are supposed to put a comma here to separate them, another comma here, and I'll press enter. I think for now this is all I'll be adding. Okay, then in this place, which is this return render, we're going to put comma at the end there and pass in that variable called message, and that's the modification we will be doing in this view.py. So I save this code and that is it. The next thing we have to change into the template www directory and ls, we are going to vim into the index.html. so here we do some few modification. Also, the first modification is now the title. We are passing into this HTML title the message dictionary. Okay, so to pass it, we use Python tags. So we do double curly brace and we say title. Okay, and close double curly brace. So that will represent the title in the view.py. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do here now is in this header file, we are going to give an anchor here of href. All right, double quotes. Okay, then we'll put open curly brace %. This is the tag we use to pass in a URL in the Django inside the HTML code. So here we pass in single quotes and I will say home dash site, which is this name in the URLs. Remember where we added this name in the URLs. Okay, so once I'm done with that, I will just put % and close the curly brace, double quote and close this. After that, then we give the name that will be showed in the browser, which will be called home. Okay, so I will now close that anchor tab. Okay, so I press my enter. Do the similar thing because in this same home page we like to have a URL. Okay, a URL. So what I will do next is that I will say here the same anchor space href, okay, equals to double quote open curly brace % that will say URL. Then this time around in the forum app we are going to create, we would like to give the name chat app dash site. Okay, then we close a single quote % close curly brace, double quote and close this. So it's going to be called forum and we close the we have to close the anchor tag next as /a, and that is all we need to do here. Okay, after that we go down to the main body. So instead of having this dark web construct site, we will just pass in those tag HTML tag. So the first one here will be the title should come here. Okay, no, that was a mistake, space double curly brace. Then after that we pass in the message, should be double curly brace. Sorry guys for wrong typing, and that is it. So you should have dark web home page site seal on construction. So you see, this is how we code in the Django inside the HTML using HTML tag. So I think this is pretty all we need for now for the editing. So the next thing is that we are going to create our forum app next. So we save this and I'll move 3 steps backward into the root directory. But do ls, you can see we are now in the root directory. So what we're going to do next now is to create our app. So we use Python 3, okay, to be specific, manage.py, and we use the function called start app to create the app called forum. And I press enter. That app has been created. ls, you can now see the forum app close to the home app. You can see it here. So before we do any addition of code inside the forum app, we need to let the Django know about our app. So we change into the web project. ls, we have the setting.py and the urls.py. We modify the setting.py first and add our app so that the Django can know that this is an app called forum. For insertion key, and I will go down. In this place we install the first app called homepage. We're also going to do similar things to install the second app. So I'll just give a comment here. My second, okay, second is spelled ECOND, and the second app. I press my enter key, single quote, and I will now put my app, close single quote and put comma. We need to put that comma at the end so that the Python will know that whatever is below is also app. So we are done with this and we save. So the next place we are going now is still okay in the URLs in the same web project. So open the urls.py and we go down to the bottom, I for insertion, and we go up a little bit. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is that I'm gonna add some paths to the forum app so that our Django can wrap to that app we just added. So we say path, open bracket, single quote, and I will say forum space /. So this will be how the Django is going to route to our forum app. So I put the comma here and I pass in the include, okay, open bracket, single quote, and I will say forum.urls. So this is how it routes from this project down to the forum URLs. From the forum URLs, we can now route to our view and get our presentation on the browser. Okay, so we close this, double curly brace, and we put comma. There's another thing we are going to do here is that we're going to add one more part. So this part will still be to the home page, but the reason why we're adding this part is because when we go to the forum app in the browser, when we are in that forum app home page, we need a link to be able to move back to the actual home app. So that is what this URL in this project will be doing. So I will do single quote home page /, and I will close that and I'll pass include open bracket, then we do single home, that's not the spelling of home page .urls, and double curly brace and put comma. Okay, so why I add comma there is because we're still going to add another app, but not in this video because I don't want it to be that long. Okay, so that is it, and all we'll be adding in this project URL. So we save all this. All right, there is no error, and we press enter. So we are done. Clear the screen, and I move one step backward back to the home route. Now we can now change to the forum app. Okay, ls. So in the forum app, these are basic what we have. If I type 3, you see it all properly, like in VS Code. Okay, ls. So we are going to create a directory here called static. Use mkdir. I will call it, okay, static. Okay, that has been created. ls. Now you see static here. So this static is where the CSS images background related to that we use in the home app. So I will not be creating all those directories from scratch. We'll just copy the one we have created in our previous videos, which is the static that we have the CSS and the image files. So we'll do cp --recursive. Recursive means every directory in that static directory we want to copy it. So move one step backwards, /home, to go to the home page static. Now if I press tab 2 times, you're going to see that actually we move to that route. You can now see we have the CSS, we have the images, and we have the JS. So what we're going to do here, instead of copying them one after another, we just put asterisk, means copy all those directory and their content into the static in the forum app. We'll press enter, and that has been copied. Now ls, now if we change into static, now ls, we see those directory there. We change into something like CSS, we see the style, we can cut for confirmation, and we see we have everything in check. Alright, so that is it. We'll move 2 steps backward, press enter, we are back to the forum site. So we are now done with static. The next thing we're going to do now is to create a file called URL so that the Django can route through the web project. So we call it urls.py. okay, clear the screen, and I'll do vim urls.py. So here I'm just going to type for insertion. I'll give a quick comment. I'll say routing to project, routing to views, routing to views. Okay, routing URLs to views. Okay, so that's just a comment there. So I will say from this from here is a keyword in Python. We say from the Django, yeah, the Django.urls, we are importing path. The another one we're going to do again is from dot, which is in this forum app. We say we are importing views. Okay, and that is all. So we now say URL patterns equals to, which is a list, then we'll press enter. Now we pass in a path, open bracket, okay, and views, okay, dot chart That's the name I would like to give to it. Then under name here should be equals to, we should call it chat, we should call it chat app dash site. Okay, remember that's what we use in the home page index.html that we can route to. Okay, sorry, that was my screen doing that. Alright, so we can route to, so we close this. Alright, so yeah, we close this. I'll put a comma here and I'll press enter, backspace and square bracket. So I'll press escape and I will just save this immediately, and that has been saved. ls. Okay, my screen is in full mode now. Okay, it was just my screen misbehaving those stuff. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do here now is to go to vim views.py. I will press enter. So in this views.py we are going to add our chat app function. So I will say dev chat app open bracket, it takes argument called request, close that. Okay, then here we are going to create the message variable, which is going to be a list, a dictionary, sorry, and I will give a key called title. Okay, so this title is going to be called let me say going to be called forum dark web page, forum dark web. Okay, I think that's okay. I'll put comma and I'll also give another key of message. So this will be called I will just say single quotes, I will say site still on construction. Okay, and that is all. So what's gonna happen here is that I'm gonna call this title variable in the HTML first before the message. Okay, so that's what's gonna happen. So I press my enter key, backslash, and I close this. Then the next thing here, we do return, then we do render open bracket and the request. Okay, I put comma, I'll put single quote www, which has not been created, which we are going to create in this forum app. We'll do /index.html, close it and put comma and pass a message. Alright, and we close that, and that's all we need to do here. So the next thing now is to save this. I'll press enter. So ls, we need to now create another directory here called templates. Sorry, we should create another directory here called templates. We should learn to put the s at the end because that's what we use in our settings to route to this template. So now we have it called template directory created. You can see it here. Okay, so we change into it templates and we create another directory here called www, which we use in our views.py. We change into www because it's created now. We use touch. We use now instead of copying or creating HTML from scratch, we just use it copy, and we say one step backward, another step backward, another step backward, /home templates. Okay, template directory www, and we'll do index.html into this current directory, and we'll put dot, and we'll copy that entire HTML code. We press enter, and that is it. So if I do ls, now we have the index.html. I don't want to type all this index from scratch so that the video will not be that long, so I'll use vim to open the index.html. We have the same thing we have in our home page app. So I will just come down here, everything here will look the same. Okay, I will just come down here. What I will just change here is that the title will now come the message. I think there is no need of changing anything. Yeah, so everything is pretty the same. Yeah, message, yeah, everything pretty the same. So all we just have to do is to save this code back. So we move 3 steps backward. Okay, I'll press enter. So the next thing now is to run the Python tree, not Python, is Python tree manage.py, and we run the run server. So if everything works fine, we should see our site up and running with the links. Press enter. So we have all that running. So the next thing here, I'll click and right click and open the link. So we should have our dark web with the forum site. Okay, now you see we are in the home page. Look at the title here, dark web homepage. Now you can see dark web homepage site Ceylon construction, which means we are in the first home app. Then if you can look at here, my cursor is moving. I'm moving my cursor. You can see a forum. Okay, if I click that forum, it changes. You can now see the URL becomes forum dark web. So we are now in the second app which says forum dark website still on construction. If I click the home from here to go back to home, it changes. You can see dark web homepage site still on construction. So we can move to and fro in one tab. You can see we can move to and fro in one tab. Okay, isn't that fun and beautiful, guys? All right, so this is what we're going to be doing in this video. In our next video, we're going to move this home to the left. It will be in this side. We take this image down here and we put a logo here. Okay, so see you guys in my next video, okay, as we proceed along, which is going to be the 5th video. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and please make sure you share this video. Go to my YouTube link and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay, because if there's a length I will reach, I will stop posting a few videos on my TikTok channel. You have to go to my YouTube to watch it all. Okay, so that is all. Okay, we stop this server and everything is now working. So see you guys on my next video, and be blessed. Have a nice day. So I will just change to my home and deactivate the virtual environment, and I will exit the terminal. So bye, see you guys, have a nice day.